Welcome back to Car Flash Drive, where we bring you closer to the cars that move the world literally and emotionally. Today, we're diving deep into a car that's as intriguing as it is controversial, as forward-thinking as it is nostalgic. The 2026 Mazda MX-30. Mazda has always been a brand that dances between innovation and driver engagement, and the MX-30 is perhaps the clearest example of that philosophy. It's not just another compact crossover, it's Mazda's electric statement piece, designed to blend sustainable mobility with soulful design. But the question is, does it finally deliver what Mazda promised years ago when it entered the EV scene? Let's find out. At first glance, the 2026 MX-30 still looks unmistakably Mazda, yet it carries a futuristic tone that makes it stand out even in a crowded electric crossover segment. It's not trying to look overly aggressive or too sci-fi. Instead, it feels calm, composed, and almost minimalistic, like a piece of Japanese art that values balance and proportion. The front end greets you with a cleaner face this year. Mazda has refined the signature Kodo design, keeping the sweeping, emotional lines, but simplifying the front grille. Since it's electric, it doesn't need a massive air intake. The Mazda badge is now illuminated, sitting neatly above a subtly redesigned closed grille with delicate texture work that hints at motion. Flanking it are sharper LED headlights, now slimmer and more focused, giving the MX-30 a confident, almost human-like expression. Down below, a new lower bumper design adds aerodynamic channels that improve efficiency and stability. From the side, the 2026 MX-30 still maintains that coupe-like silhouette, one of its most defining traits. The roofline slopes gently toward the rear, giving it a sporty yet elegant presence. The proportions are tight, with short overhangs and a slightly elevated stance, reminding you it's a crossover meant for urban agility rather than hardcore off-roading. Mazda continues to embrace the unique freestyle doors. Yes, the rear hinged back doors are still here, paying tribute to the old RX-8. It's a love it or hate it design choice, but undeniably cool to see in an era where car design often plays it safe. The frameless door glass, flush handles, and newly added 19-inch aerodynamic wheels complete the side profile with sophistication. The flowing body creases catch the light beautifully, emphasizing Mazda's hand-sculpted design language, where reflection and shadow are part of the art. Moving toward the back, the MX-30's design remains one of the cleanest in its segment. The taillights are now slightly revised with a circular LED signature, paying homage to Mazda's classic styling cues. The tailgate features a smooth surface with subtle curvature, while the Mazda logo sits proudly in the center, again illuminated to emphasize the modern touch. The lower portion has been reshaped for better airflow, and there's a tasteful black diffuser-like element that visually grounds the car. It's all cohesive and the kind of design that doesn't scream for attention but rewards you the longer you look. The overall impression? A car that feels both futuristic and familiar, functional yet filled with personality. Step inside the 2026 Mazda MX-30 and you're greeted by an atmosphere that's warm, thoughtful, and distinctly Mazda. Unlike some EV interiors that feel cold or overly digital, this cabin feels human. Mazda has redefined what sustainable design can mean, not just eco-friendly materials, but emotionally sustainable design that makes you feel connected. The layout continues with a driver-focused cockpit, featuring the signature symmetrical design where every control feels intuitively placed. The floating center console remains, trimmed with cork accents, a nod to Mazda's heritage as a cork manufacturer over a century ago. It's not just aesthetic, it's symbolic. The cork texture contrasts beautifully with the soft touch fabrics made from recycled materials, showing that sustainability can be stylish. The 7-inch touchscreen climate panel below the floating console has been upgraded with smoother animations and better responsiveness. Above that, the main 12.3-inch infotainment screen now supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, paired with Mazda's refined user interface. Simple, fluid, and distraction-free. The rotary controller still sits proudly between the seats, giving you the tactile feel missing in many touch-only systems. The digital gauge cluster is crisp and easy to read, showing driving data, range, and regenerative braking levels in a clean, minimal layout. The steering wheel feels premium, wrapped in soft leather, with metal accents and multifunctional controls that are logically placed. Seating comfort has been improved for 2026. The new seats use a redesigned structure with enhanced lumbar support and memory foam padding, providing great comfort for both city drives and longer trips. Space remains decent for a compact crossover. Front passengers enjoy generous headroom and shoulder room, while rear space is cozy but practical for two adults on shorter journeys. The unique door setup makes entry and exit an event, though it's not the most convenient in tight parking spots. Still, the interior ambience makes up for it, with panoramic visibility, a quiet cabin, and soft ambient lighting that adds a calming touch. Underneath all this design and craftsmanship lies the real story: a performance. The 2026 Mazda MX-30 is now offered in two versions. The pure electric model continues with an improved 40 kWh battery pack, giving it an estimated range of around 180 miles, a bump from previous years, thanks to battery optimization and lighter materials. But the big news is the return of the Rotary, not as a sports car engine, but as a range extender. The MX-30 RF version combines the electric motor with a small rotary engine acting purely as a generator, extending total range to over 300 miles. It's a clever solution, allowing drivers to enjoy the benefits of electric driving without constant range anxiety. Power output sits around 167 horsepower for the electric version and slightly higher for the RF model. It's not blisteringly fast, but the acceleration is smooth, immediate, and consistent, atypical of an electric car but with Mazda's distinct driving character. The driving dynamics are where Mazda truly shines. Even as an EV, the MX-30 carries that Jinbei philosophy, the feeling of oneness between driver and car. The steering is perfectly weighted, precise, and communicative. The suspension tuning offers a balance between firmness and comfort, giving the car a planted feel on winding roads without sacrificing ride quality. Mazda engineers have refined the G-Vectoring Control Plus system to work with the electric powertrain, subtly adjusting torque to maintain stability during cornering. It's the kind of refinement you feel subconsciously: smooth, natural, and engaging. Regenerative braking has been made more progressive this year, with adjustable levels that let you tailor the feel to your preference. On the technology front, the MX-30 comes equipped with Mazda's latest iActive Sense safety suite, including adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, and a new driver attention alert that uses a camera to detect fatigue. The 360-degree camera system has improved resolution and now includes a transparent view for better low-speed maneuvering. Charging the electric model is straightforward. It supports both AC and DC fast charging. On a fast charger, you can go from 20 to 80% in just over half an hour. The RF version, on the other hand, can refuel its small gas tank in minutes while maintaining electric drive efficiency. When it comes to pricing, Mazda positions the 2026 MX-30 competitively. The base electric trim starts around $35,000, while the range-extending RF variant comes in closer to $40,000, depending on options and market. Premium Plus packages add luxury touches like a Bose sound system, upgraded upholstery, and advanced driver aids. It's not the cheapest EV, but it's also not aiming to be a volume seller. It's meant for buyers who appreciate craftsmanship, design, and the Mazda driving feel more than raw specs. So, what's the verdict on the 2026 Mazda MX-30? It's still a car that walks its own path. Mazda hasn't tried to chase Tesla's acceleration numbers or Hyundai's range figures. Instead, it's built an EV that feels alive, that connects with you emotionally every time you sit behind the wheel. It's not perfect and the range still lags behind some competitors, and the rear space remains tight, but it makes up for it with style, refinement, and authenticity. The new rotary range extender is a clever move, and the overall experience feels more mature, more complete than ever before. As the automotive world moves rapidly toward electrification, the MX-30 reminds us that cars can still have soul, even without a roaring engine. It's a statement that driving joy isn't measured by horsepower alone. It's about harmony, response, and the feeling you get when machine and human work as one. If you value that kind of connection, the 2026 Mazda MX-30 might just surprise you. Thanks for watching Car Flash Drive. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Mazda's most unique electric crossover, hit that like button, subscribe for more detailed car reviews, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you consider the MX-30, or do you think Mazda should focus on something sportier next? Until next time, keep your hands on the wheel, your eyes on the road, and your heart on the drive. This is Car Flash Drive, signing off.